Alright, we're back. We're going to talk about how we time this engine, and we're going to time the distributor. We're going to put the engine at top dead center, and that way we can just mark the distributor, remove it, put the new engine at top dead center, and throw the distributor back on there. And that'll stop us from having to time the distributor, which could be a lot of work, and I'll admit I'm not super proficient in it because we phased out distributors for electronic ignition, mostly in the 90s, by the late 90s, and I was just born then, so I don't have a whole lot of experience in it. Not that I couldn't do it, but I definitely don't want to go through that extra work. So as long as we time it top dead center before we remove the distributor, we don't have to worry about all that. So the way we do that is we're going to rotate the crankshaft, and you would just spin this one way or the other, and that'll rotate the engine as if it were operating, and then we'll get it to top dead center. Now I can't actually show you that. I'm going to need an assistant, because if you remember from another video, the problem we have with this, where's that? There it is. With this broken piston up there, if we try to rotate it right now, when this crankshaft here rotates, it'll smash that piston, and it'll smash it against a wall, and it'll get locked up. Could put us in a very nasty situation, and then we would have to mess with that distributor. We don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an assistant, and I'm going to have someone keep that piston on this rod journal here as if it were still connected, so that we can freely spin this engine around. And I can't do all that one-handed, so I'm just going to tell you how we would do it. Now, when we rotate this around, we're going to need to get it to top dead center, and there's a couple ways to do that. Normally, this crank would have a mark on it, and this timing cover here would have a mark on it. And what you would do is you would rotate it and match those marks up and make sure that this piston is at top dead center. Now, how we're going to do that, we're going to take this little screwdriver here, we're going to put it in that number 1 spark plug hole, and when we rotate it, we'll see that screwdriver come upwards and downwards, matching the travel of the piston. So when the piston is at its highest point, the screwdriver will be at the highest point, and then you look down here and it would be matched up, and if it's matched up, you know you're at top dead center combustion, where both valves are closed. If it's 180 degrees off, then you are on exhaust and the valves are still open. So as long as that screwdriver is way up here and these are matched, you know you're at top dead center. At that point, wherever this distributor is, we'll mark here to the case of it, and we can mark that, and we can remove it, make sure it stays on that mark, do this